While Annihilation is a pretty terrifying movie on its own, it's actually quite different than its respective book than some may realize. This isn't uncommon for film adaptations of various books, and for Annihilation, the focus of interest is Area X, otherwise known as the Shimmer, or the southern reach in which Area X is located. In this video, we'll be taking a look at Area X and its deeper meaning as shown within the film. In the book, Area X is a mysterious anomaly that appears out of nowhere, and it doesn't have the same oily, iridescent that its film counterpart depicts, but rather it's merely a dreamy, odd plot of perverted biology containing unknowable creatures and a structure called the Tower. The Tower houses an odd descending staircase where much of the book's craziness takes place. The movie, however, goes much deeper and reimagines a lot of the concepts that the book created. In the film, Area X is renamed to the Shimmer. The Shimmer is a further explaining of the book's bizarre qualities of Area X. As Tessa Thompson's character puts it, the Shimmer is actually a prism. It doesn't just refract light, but also DNA and other physical properties. Now, before we continue, we should note that the Shimmer was caused when a meteor came down from space and struck a lighthouse on Earth's surface. The movie shows that this meteor and the Shimmer itself is this extraterrestrial organism, a new kind of alien attack that's driven more through its biological life cycle rather than a more traditional alien planetary conquest. Going back to Tessa Thompson's physicist, as mentioned, the Shimmer is a prism that refracts light and radio waves, but also refracts the DNA of plants and animals within it. This refraction is what causes everything to mutate the way we see in the film. For example, the gator to have second rows of teeth like sharks, and this bear monster that absorbs the final emotions of its prey, plants that grow in the shape of human beings, and probably the most disgusting one is when intestines slither around like snakes. Now, if you paid attention closely, the film actually foreshadows these refractions early on in the beginning when Lena and Kane's hands are seen being refracted through a drinking glass. But there is a basic biological function that serves as essentially an extended metaphor for the Shimmer, that the film gave us as some sort of roadmap. Now, the deeper significance of the Shimmer is something that the film actually gives us if you paid attention closely. You may have been able to tell what this is. The Shimmer is meant to represent cancer. Natalie Portman's main character, Lena, introduces us to the idea of cellular biology in a lecture to her students on cervical cancer. This motif comes back repeatedly throughout the film. After having entered the Shimmer, Lena compares a crossbreed flower plant to cell mutations of cancer in the human body, and Dr. Ventress reveals that she herself has cancer, which is her main motivation for entering the Shimmer. When looking at the Shimmer, it can be seen as a growing tumor on Earth's surface, and it's meant to be seen this way. Now, the various doppelgangers seen at the end of the film can also be seen as cancer cells, which duplicate and eventually annihilate the original cell. And to give further note, the repeated expedition of soldiers and scientists being thrown into the Shimmer can represent the various failed treatment methods that the medical community has attempted to control the different forms of cancer over the years. There is even emotional parallels connected with the Shimmer, such as when Radek reflects on how horrible it was for Shepard to die screaming, which could be seen as a nod to the debate among cancer patients over the value of trying to fight prolonged battles against it. Now, it can be argued that within the context of the film, some extraterrestrial race concluded that the most destructive weapon against Earth, both biologically and psychologically, is a form of ecological cancer, hence the existence of the Shimmer. But the Shimmer isn't all about cancer, and the film's deeper meaning is actually revealed to us through Ventress, who entails that it's all about self-destruction, and biologically speaking, cancer is a form of self-destruction, as cancer cells do annihilate other healthy cells. But just as the coding for their own self-destruction is embedded in cells stemming back to the original one-celled organism on Earth, that is extrapolated in the film to people as well, suggesting that our behavioral self-destruction is inevitable as well, as the main characters of the film have all done things that cause destruction, most notably being Lena cheating on another man, destroying her happy marriage. The Shimmer is the catalyst that triggers these women's self-destructive tendencies, as notice how the moment they cross into the Shimmer, Lena flashes back to the night she cheated on her husband. The Shimmer, in a sense, brings out the worst in these people, resulting in self-destruction. The house they encounter later on is meant to be a version of Lena and Kane's house. The Shimmer is reflecting Lena's own guilt and memories back onto her. Lena's mistake grows as a metaphoric cancer until it consumes her marriage, reflected in her physical struggles. Now, we want to give some theory on the Shimmer and the alien life and what exactly happened in the lighthouse. We learn that the Kane that Lena saw return at the beginning of the film wasn't actually her husband, but rather his mutant doppelganger, which results in this scene in the lighthouse, more specifically in the cavern below with Lena and Ventress. Ventress allows the refraction to transform her body, which results in a drop of Lena's blood getting mixed in, which results in this metallic humanoid form that mirrors Lena's movements. And this is a metaphor with the battle that she has with the version of herself, that this is what Lena transformed herself into after her failed marriage, and her only escape is to destroy one version of herself by burning it up with another phosphorus grenade, which seems to seize all of the mutant outgrowths of the Shimmer. Returning to the cancer metaphor, this could be compared to the surgical remover of a tumor, a drastic, destructive option that doesn't always remove the traces of the cancer. The main point we want to make about the lighthouse is the question that, is Lena a clone? Was the version of Lena that escaped the lighthouse and the Shimmer, getting interrogated by Benedict Wong throughout the movie, Lena's original self or her doppelganger? It looked as though it was the doppelganger that got burned up, but the final image of the film leaves the question open-ended, as a close-up of her eyes showing them glowing. Now, there are clues hidden throughout the film that hints Lena's post-Shimmer self is the mutation, as she did suffer a concussion when the doppelganger attacked her in the lighthouse, and the switch could have happened during the period in which Lena was unconscious. During the interrogation, you can see the water on Lena's glass mutated, but this ambiguity is the point. To interpret this, however, our theory ties back to the Shimmer. The alien life wanted to have both a male and female mutant on Earth in order to reproduce and insist their civilization. That's why if Lena's clone made it out of the lighthouse, the Shimmer started to self-destruct, because their mission had been accomplished. So that's our analysis on the Shimmer and its deeper meaning within the film. But what do you think? Would you like to see any other sci-fi topics or movies analyzed in this way? Let us know in the comments section below. And just before you go, make sure you check out all those juicy links in the description below to join our wider Beatsies community on Discord, my Facebook network, and if you want to check out my main channel where we discuss everything Star Wars, mainly Clone Wars and prequel era content, then be sure you do. Anyways guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next video.